Hey there. You know, a comedy that doesn't make you laugh is about as useful as a horror movie that doesn't scare you. Pretty much anybody can do the falling down the stairs scene, or the random object hitting a character in the head scene, or the overly used toilet-related scenes, and just call that a comedy. But to create something that is both funny and clever, that requires talent, and therefore it is quite rare. So I'm very happy to say Easy A, finally a good comedy. The idea of this movie, though not very believable, is in my opinion quite original and intriguing. So it goes a little something like this. 1. A smart, attractive high school girl doesn't have sex with anybody. 2. She says she is having sex with basically everybody. 3. She gets in trouble for it, and thus the comedy. This girl is Olive, a character played and perfectly embodied by the amazing Emma Stone. She's smart, funny and well-intentioned. However, she's quite invisible in her high school and nobody really pays attention to her, which I personally didn't find that easy to believe, since a girl like Olive wouldn't usually go through high school unnoticed. But we'll just have to accept she does, until one day when she makes up this lie about spending a weekend with a college boy and having sex with him. And she does that because she thinks the truth about how she really spent her weekend would be much more embarrassing.
Ugh! Worst song ever.
Do what you want, but you're never gonna break me. Since stones are never gonna shake. I got a pocket, got a pocket full of sunshine. Holiday. I got a pocket.
And as she was talking to her friend and giving all the kinky details about her fictional love affair, she's overheard by this Marianne bitch, hilariously played by Amanda Bynes. And she's basically the high school activist for Christ.
Yeah, listen, I'm not the one that you have to answer to for your depraved behavior. There's a higher power that will judge you for your indecency.
Tom Cruise.
You've made your bed. I just hope for your sake that you've cleaned the sheets.
Did I just get saved?
Now, in her Christian generosity, Marianne feels the need to share with everybody the news of Olive losing her virginity. So before she can even realize what's going on, Olive finds herself to be the talk of the high school. Something she is very unfamiliar with, but she doesn't seem to mind it one bit. Now we are introduced to another character, a friend of Olive's who's being bullied in school for being gay. After she confesses to him that she actually lied about having sex, he pays her a visit in order to ask her a very special favor.
Olive, sweetie, there's a young man here to see you. He said something about asking for your hand in marriage.
Oh, happy day, Mama. Oh, I thought I was gonna have to spend my dowry on booze and pills to numb the loneliness. Hooray!
What's that?
Olive has a boy in her room.
A boy?
A boy.
Wow, a boy.
So as I said, this kid is being bullied, he cannot take it anymore, and he figures that if everybody thought he was straight, they would just leave him alone. So he basically begs Olive to lie again and say she had sex with him too. He's like, look, people already think you're a slut, you have nothing to lose, just do me this one favor so they would get off my back until high school is over. She agrees to help him out, which leads to a hilarious scene at this party where they pretend to have sex for everybody to witness it.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Relax. Jesus, what is with you gays? Are you really that repulsed by lady parts? What do you think I have down there, a gnome?
What is that, lavender? It's pretty.
Now, I've watched this type of pretend sex scenes in about half a dozen movies, and so far none of them managed to impress me. But this one got me laughing so hard.
It doesn't really smell that bad.
Oh, yeah! Yes! Good! Don't stop!
Don't stop! It's too much fun!
And there are a bunch of moments in the film that are just funny on their own, but what I really liked is the dialogues, which are written with a very witty type of humor that never slips on the other side where it just feels overdone, if you know what I mean.
Wow, wow! Cacao, cacao, wow!
That is so beautiful.
Never had one lesson.
He seems like a nice kid. He seemed a little incredibly gay.
A dyed-in-the-wool homosexual, that boy is.
I just want you to know your father and I are totally supportive. We love you no matter what the sexual orientation of your opposite sex partner.
The plot thickens when a couple high school underdogs find out she's been lying. So now you have all the so-called losers and nerds paying her to say that she slept with them too. Needless to say, Olive gets to have quite a reputation, with consequences that may ultimately prove to be too much for her to handle. The only downside about the film is the last 15 minutes or so, where things get just so cheesy. I mean, this could have been one of the best comedies in years, if they just didn't fuck up the ending like that. There's also this musical scene towards the end, which we are warned about, but is just so freaking lame. Having that said, I still think this is overall a great comedy. It plays well for both teenagers and grown-ups, and with the exception of the last 15 minutes or so, it is a very enjoyable and entertaining film that I can easily recommend to anyone.
I'm never gonna go through puberty.
Of course you will, baby. But we're a family of late bloomers. I didn't until I was 14, nor did Olive.
Why does that matter? I'm adopted.
What? Oh my God! Who told you?